Yo, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to another Stratego video. This one is going to be on my second best account. It's going to be another Stratego analysis, so I can like move my mouse, pause the video, and like point out things that me and my opponent do that like stand out to me. So this is going to be against Tiger 50, who is quite high rated, higher rated than my best account by a full like level. He's a gold major, and my highest account is currently a silver captain. So yeah, let's get into this game. So right off the bat, I noticed that he's moving a lot of pieces, which is not typical for a gold player. They typically move minimal pieces, which is why I have a hard time beating them. This guy's moving a lot of pieces, so looks like to be more of a shuffler, which is pretty interesting. So it looks like that it might be some sort of Marshall Blitz on the left because of how many pieces he's moving over there. So he's moved about like I think 8-ish pieces so far. So we do a little attacking the right, but we just exchange scouts, so nothing much happens. Going over the right on the right, and here I move this kernel up, and this provides me two things. First, it helps me defend this captain, obviously, because I don't want to reveal my marshal for like a mage or something. And second, it bluffs this as being like the marshal or something. So that's why I did that. He's bringing that over. It's probably a scout, but I'm totally fine with him scouting that sergeant because it's not a good trade if you scout a sergeant. So he's doing that. So his center looks like he's probably going to be one of those pieces. I mean, one of those people, sorry, who has like a couple lower pieces in the center guarded by a bunch of higher pieces. Just like kind of like yeah. So that's the strategy that I don't really like. I've seen people do it, and all I can really do against it is shuffle it. So I found a bomb there, and we found a sergeant there. So I thought that was a bomb because he probably would have moved it already because this guy's somewhat of a shuffler. So I move in on that because yeah, so that was nice over there attacking my major with the captain. So I can just go up with that sergeant because like it doesn't really matter because it's just a sergeant. I'm fine if I lose it. So he's threatening that. That could definitely be a colonel. So I go left with that, and I get a scout, which is something. Now he takes it with his Louis. That makes me think that this is a good piece because he didn't take it with this. It might just be because the Louis better. It's like less info to give. So the other piece could be like a major or something not very good, but it's not for sure yet what it is. So it looks like it's threatening my scout, so it's probably just some sort of major. Yeah, so now I'm thinking that this is a good piece because it was defending the Louis and probably the captain slash major over here. So I'm just gonna hold there with my scout because if I advance, it's gonna be like an obvious bluff. So that's the sergeant coming back out, and it looks like it's being guarded. So I just advance on it because I don't hit it though because I'm pretty sure it's being guarded by probably a captain and a major. I would assume because people typically guard with like +2, +3. So he's moved a lot of pieces. So this has moved this, these three, and this one. So that's a lot of pieces that have moved, which is not a good thing because if your marshal's revealed after you move that many pieces, then your opponent's general is going to be very valuable. And also if you can so in this game, like let's say my opponent reveals marshal, then I can just bring my gen up and plow through all these things, especially if I can board read his general, which could be like somewhere over here. I'm thinking right now. Then I can just start hitting everything and get a ton of stuff. So yeah, that's why I don't like moving a lot of pieces because if my marshal gets revealed, then it's very bad. So just a little recap. The only piece we know has moved. I mean, we know like for sure is this sergeant here. Then we have a lot of pieces over here that have moved. So here, I just shuffle because there's not really much that I can do. So I'm just gonna go ahead and skip in this part of the video because this is just shuffling. Okay, there we go. That's some action. So he moves this piece away, which makes me go on and take the sergeant because this is a lieutenant. So I want to see if he trades lieutenants or hits me with the other piece because I think that this piece could be something very good. So he trades. So this guy, um, if this was a lieutenant here, I don't think that he would I think that if this was a major or a captain or like yes, if this was a major or a captain, he would have probably hit it with this one. If it was a colonel, maybe general marshal, definitely not. So that makes me want to find out what this is because I think this piece could be the general or the marshal. It could be it could also be a colonel, but I don't think a colonel will be this high up. Colonels are typically like over here. There might be one over here near this major. Might be one over here. But I don't think there's a colonel here because typically these are spots for the marshal in general. So I moved my scout over trying to go up to here and scout it. But he moves this piece down to prevent me from doing that, which is pretty interesting. That tells me that this is definitely a good piece. So I can kind of just pin that piece with my scout, and notice he moves this piece over because in case he goes down and I hit it and it happens to be an exchange, then I can't just scout it. Then he'll still have this piece to block me. So I find it interesting how it's going through that much length to not get that piece scouted. So yeah, this is just gonna be more shuffling. So I'm just gonna skip this. Oh yeah, so he moves down on me there. This piece is probably nothing good. Probably some sort of captain, major. I doubt it's a colonel or anything higher than that. It could be, but I don't think so. So since he moved this back, makes me think he's trying to retreat this, so I scout it while I still can. Unfortunately, it's a captain, but that's whatever. So that makes me think that this could be a high piece. So right now I'm thinking this could be a good piece, this could be a good piece. These two are probably like medium rank pieces, like majors maybe, captain, major. Maybe this one's a colonel because it's guarding this captain here. But yeah, right now I'm thinking that this guy and this guy are the good pieces here. Okay, so this move, this down, I hit it, and reason being because this is the type of player who would not put a major up front. Like, there's no way this would be a major something. This captain isn't known, so hit it. It's a minor, so that was a nice bluff call, and he goes down, and I'll gladly trade that off. This is a scout, you cast my gen. That'd be pretty unfortunate, but it's not. So yeah, that was a nice little pickup of a minor. So I'm not complaining about that, obviously. But notice all the time, every single move, he always has something preventing this piece from being scouted, like either this thing or both, like right now. So I find that interesting. So either it's like some really good bluff that is going, which I wouldn't be surprised if because he is mid slash high no he's high gold. Um so it could be some really good bluff, or it could actually be like a general or marshal like I predicted at this point in the game. I'm just gonna skip a little bit more. Okay, so yeah, so this is where the action comes. So remember, so this is the piece that I think could be really good. This is a piece that it might be good, but I'm not quite sure yet. It probably just preventing this from being scouted. So this piece moving in here. So I think that this is a bluff because this guy's not the type of guy who just come down blindly with marshal or general or colonels. So I don't think that's anything good. I think it's sarge or something like that. So I go right on that, and then it's just a scout. So it finds a major, which is not the best, but like what can you do? So I still can't scout this piece. He's moving up. I'm just gonna two square it, and then I'm gonna scout that. Which no, I'm not because this guy does not put good pieces in the front here. That's what I've learned by his current. I mean by like what his base style in the past. So he moves that over. I want to scout this now because I think guarding this piece, they're probably gonna be like a major and a general, like a colonel and a marshal or a major and marshal, so something like that. So we find a major. I think that was a pretty good use of a scout there. So at this point in the game, so you always want to look at the graveyard. So we're up a captain, and then we're up a scout, down a, I mean up a bomb. This doesn't really matter though. So yeah, we're up a scout, up a captain, and we know a major, a good piece here. So this is the major, and then this is a good piece. But he does know major captain, and he also knows this major. So it's coming down here. I think that one of those pieces is a sergeant or lieutenant, and the other one's probably marshal general. So I don't think this is anything good. Even if it is, I am up a captain, so it wouldn't be the end of the world. And I don't think this is a major because major, like really, that's not a major. So I'll go right here. I should have hit this though because this piece coming down for this major, I think that this piece could be like a colonel, general, marshal, something like that. So I should have hit this, but oh well. So he goes down, and now I realize my mistake. So I just hold and I bring the scout up because I want to find out what this piece is. He goes down. So here I decided to hit it. And reason being is because I can hit it and then find out what this is. And if he moves back, then I'm just gonna go scout right and guarantee find out what it is. So this piece, I'm gonna find out what it is regardless. Just thinking about it, does he want to take the captain? Does he want to take the major? Does he want to go down, up, or is this just like a total bluff? So he goes down. So he didn't want to take a hanging captain. That's interesting. So general probably would take a hanging captain in this scenario. Marshal probably not. I doubt this is a colonel or a major or anything less because it was guarding a lieutenant, and if it was a colonel or a major, it would have just hit my captain. So I'm thinking this is probably the marshal, could be the general. So I'm gonna get to scout it, and it's the marshal. So we know marshal here, and that makes me think. So what do you think these two pieces are? Keep in mind, marshal, major, and this piece was guarding all of these pieces here. He's taking extra care to not get this scouted. So what I'm thinking right now, this is general spy. And reason being because marshal here, general here, it makes sense like from a balance wise like standpoint. Also, is keeping these two pieces together. They have both moved, and general spy are typically kept together. So now that we know the marshal and we only had to give up a scout for it, now I'm just gonna start plowing my general through all this stuff, and I'm not gonna let him just get that for free. I do tell him that this isn't my spy, but that's not the end of the world. Or could still be my spy, and I just don't want to lose a major. So now start plowing through here. Now this was not the best move. I should have gone up with the lieutenant, gone over with that, then bang Regina, but whatever. So we lose that, but I don't really care because I'm thinking I can get this colonel, right? Because this is the gen. It was up there, so that makes sense. Now, if you're this guy, what do you think you should do with this colonel? So I thought you could go down here with the major, right? Sack this piece because this is toast anyhow. So I'll go down here with the major, and then when I go up, I would just run back here, and then exchange generals. But that's not what this player did. This player took a route that I would not recommend. So yeah, he's thinking about this, and he hits my general with the lieutenant. So what this does, it makes it so I'm on 2 square with this colonel here. This would not be the general. That wouldn't make any sense because the general is probably here guarding the center, right? The marshal is here guarding the center. So I'm thinking this is definitely the gen. And since he used his one move, that was very important to move this major down. He instead hit me with the lieutenant, which means that this colonel is trapped. There's no escape. So yeah, he should have moved that major while he had the chance. So now I'm going to get a colonel. And actually, he should have gone up. Yeah, I don't know why he could have gone up here. Because if you think about it, right? If he went up here, I would have gone over, but then he could just go over here, and then if I went over, he would exchange generals. But he went over. You could have gone up and saved it. So that was very interesting. Yeah, if he went up, that colonel would have been saved, but instead he went over. Now I can just 2 square it and take it. So that was one minor inaccuracy can cost you a bit, like a very important piece. So yeah, I'd be going in there, but then I'm like, this is probably the general, so I don't. So yeah, we're gonna get this colonel for free, which is great. So that's the gen coming down. Well, this is actually general at least. So yeah, it's coming down there. I move my captain out of the way. He's there trying to trap my major. I'm obviously just gonna two square it. Continue two squaring it. He brings that down. I can just continue two squaring it again. So I'm thinking that that's the general. So I think this is the general. So I don't even need to like lose a major to find it out because if I lose the major, then I'll be up a kernel, but I will be down two majors, and then that's a losing standpoint. Granted, I am up a captain and two lieutenants, so I probably still would be winning. But he brings this piece out. In my opinion, this was a blunder because I can go gen down. Then no matter where he moves this major, I can go left and then down and get a fork. So yeah, I go down with my general just to threaten this, and he can't save it, so he just goes for mine. But I'm totally okay with this trade because my general's known getting major. That's like a free major, but this kernel here is not known. So we got the info of a kernel basically for free because we basically just exchanged majors except my general was already known. So at this point we know marshal, kernel, and suspected general and suspected spy. I should be firing up a scout. I don't know why I'm not. So this piece it moved. I have a Stratego board next to me to keep track of moving pieces. So now at this point he looks at the graveyard. He's up. He's down a colonel, up a major, down a captain, down two lieutenants, down a minor. Sorry. Well, actually, I'll just say it from my point of view. I'm up a colonel, down a major, up a captain, up two lieutenants, up a minor, up a scout. So I'm up quite a bit in this game. Also, I know all of his high pieces, and this piece could. This is pretty obviously my marshal, so I don't know why he's not suspecting it at this point. Yeah, so he's going over here. He's getting desperate, but I realized that I don't Colonel General Marshal, so I can bring my general just back over here. But I'm really worried about him lottoing this Colonel because it's a pretty obvious General Colonel. Sorry, General's here. General Colonel Spy Trap. That's pretty obvious. So I'm very concerned about that. But he does this. So I think the reason he did this is because he's probably desperate because he looked at the scoreboard. He's down a bunch of stuff. So he's just hoping that this isn't the marshal. I think he maybe thinks this is the marshal from my bluff earlier. But we get this curl. At this point, this is basically GG. Goes after my captain here. I really hope he doesn't lotto this colonel because if he could, I mean, if he did, he would still be in this game. It would be tragic. So I just hope he doesn't lotto it. I'm fine with him getting the scout because it did move. So I'm fine with that. He said with the spy. I don't know why. Maybe he thought it was my marshal, but my marshal was known, so I don't really know what thought process was behind that. Now I can run my colonel up here with no consequences because he can't get his gen back or his marshal back in time because I would just trade. I would just trade here. So now I'm up two colonels. I have a very commanding lead at this point. So I don't care what he's doing over here because I can get pieces over here. And this piece is trapped by my colonel in general. So he just makes it easy for me and lets me have it. So we get a captain there. That's excellent. So now we're up two captains. Now this is probably a major taking a captain, but it's not. This is a captain exchange. So I don't know why he went out of his way to lose a captain here just to exchange. Like, I mean, he was gonna lose this regardless, but that doesn't make any sense. So I know this moved because this is a bomb. This hasn't moved, and there's an empty space here, so this has to have moved. So we hit it. It's a Louis. So at this point, okay, so look at the scoreboard here. So let's wait until that. Okay, so he has a marshal, a general, two majors, and then he has sergeants. And we know the marshal generals. Now I can start bringing this colonel and general, just trapping everything. Also, he doesn't have a spy, which is pretty nice. So here, I think I mess up with a general. I kind of encourage his general to lotto over here by bringing my general over. And this was a good move on his part because if it went right, then I could just force an exchange by bringing my marshal like over here. But now I can't do that because if I go right, he'll obviously just lotto this colonel. So yeah, at this point, I am very concerned about him lottoing it. Even if he does, I think I'll still be definitely ahead in this game. But if he does, he will have a chance. So I go gen right. I'm trying to sell this as a bomb because I can't like save it anyhow. So I'm just gonna just not move it. But this should be pretty obvious, right? Because gen spy, this is obviously a kernel. Gen kernel spy trap. Like, and this was a pretty board readable setup. So I'm surprised he didn't select this as a kernel considering he's already lottoing. So I have his gen on 2 square, so I'm gonna end up exchanging with him. So here, I think he's debating whether to sorry, he's probably debating whether to hit this kernel or try his luck over here. And I think that was the move that really put the nail in the coffin for him because he went right here. Now I can go right. He can't go left, so he'll have to go down or hit right into the bomb. So that's basically gonna be game. So he hits that bomb there, and now that's basically game. I'm still not gonna move my kernel 'cause if I go right, I mean sorry, if I go up, I'll go up, down, down, up, up. Then I'll have to go right. Then he'll go right. I'll go down. Then he'll fork me, and I don't want that. So there's no point moving it. And also he didn't hit it with his gen before, but now he is more desperate, so he might hit it. But he goes into that bomb. So at this point in the game, it's basically GG, right? I'm up a marshal, up a general, up 2 colonels. I'm down like a major, but I'm up everything else. So this is my let's say so I say GG there, and he surrenders. So this was my highest rated win. I think before this my highest rated win was like a I think a low gold player, like a gold sergeant, gold lieutenant maybe. But this guy's a gold major, so that was amazing. Gets me up to silver captain, which is I believe so now this is my second highest account, which but only by like a little bit. I think my other account is like 410, 415, or something like that. So in my opinion, I played that game very well. If there are any things that I could have done better, you can leave your suggestions in the comments. But yeah, if you guys enjoyed this video, make sure to like and subscribe, and I will see you guys in the next video.